I am so excited today because I have as my guest a woman whose whole mission in life is to spread kindness. How cool is that? Spread. It's been a long trip, guys. Give me a little grace here. Okay. It's been a long week. I've been traveling. Her whole mission is to spread kindness and support mental health. So that's very cool. And as one of the women who inspire, I was so eager to get her on. So welcome to the Rebel Tribe podcast, where empowerment meets attitude and sass meets savvy. We are not just another podcast, guys. We're your virtual tribe of fierce females. We're ready to conquer the world. So join us as we smash through those stereotypes and break those barriers and redefine what it means to be a woman in today's world. Get ready to see more, do more, and be more with the Rebel Tribe podcast. It's time to unleash your inner rebel and rock the world on your terms, which is just exactly what my guest today is doing. This is Allison Bond, and she has started the Kindness Through Letters project. Allison, say hello.
Hi.
Let's get right into it because we got a lot to talk about because you're just pretty cool. Okay, so
Yep.
you started the Kindness Through Letters project in 2020. What
Yep.
inspired you to choose letter writing as a way to spread kindness and support mental health? I mean, nobody writes letters anymore.
Yes. So, as I must say, I started doing this mission or this ministry by writing to people who are like in prison or in the military to encourage them so I can or so I could help them like with isolation and cuz we were isolated. So I started by writing about eh, 5 or 6 just random letters to people, and then I was praying to God that he would grow more, that he would grow it some more, and he has definitely provided. Um yeah, like I said though, I went from writing 5 to writing I'd say about 6,000 right now. They're all handwritten unless I type them. And yeah, it's pretty simple. I try to handwrite everything. I hand address each envelope. I've sent probably 2,000 off so far, and I've had about 55 interviews.
Well, you mentioned that writing letters kind of helped you with your own anxiety. Could you share
Yes.
more about how the project has impacted your own mental health journey?
Yes. So I battled with anxiety from just like with COVID and stuff. And it just got worse. And then one day I surrendered to the ministry. So I was able to do my ministry 100% of the time. And it has encouraged me, but also encouraged others. And that really helped. Writing letters has helped me with a lot of issues, a lot of anxiety that has went away from just writing random people.
Now, I know you have mild cerebral palsy and
Yep.
a developmental disability, and you
Yep.
said that made writing difficult.
Yes, in like 4th grade, my handwriting was horrible, but all this practice has made it a lot better.
Well, what motivated you to push through and do all that practice? Because most women would have said, I can't do this and just given up.
Just pushing myself, making it hard, making it just doing more and more often, and have the ability to like help people who are isolated has really like persuaded me to just keep doing it without stopping. And yeah, so it's pretty simple. Doing what I do 24, probably 8 hours a day, depending on how tired I am. Um, But yeah, it's great. I enjoy it.
I've,
I enjoy hearing all the reading all the responses that I've gotten from prisoners and other people, or somebody will stop me in the middle of town and tell me how good I did because they apparently see me from Facebook all the time.
well, of all those connections, what's been like the most surprising or heartwarming that you've made through your letters?
Definitely the people who are incarcerated. Because, I mean, every response is good, but I mean, if they're in jail for life and they're encouraged by it, or if they're just in jail and encouraged by it, that has really been uplifting to me and just a great encouragement to me. And of course, making me want to push even harder for what I'm doing. But yeah,
Is there a story or a response that particularly moved you?
I mean, so I had a friend who was supposed to be on death row, and I ended up reaching out to him to encourage him. And then he, with that and a lot of prayer and just a lot of encouraging him through my letters, and with his family praying and stuff, he was able to get out of jail. He is now expecting a baby. And it's just, I mean, that kind of stuff puts an instant smile to my face. It's just great knowing that I can encourage somebody like that.
That's awesome. That's very cool. From So I know a lot of us feel uncertain or anxious about
Mhm.
writing letters to strangers. How do you find the courage and the inspiration to write personal messages to people you've met?
Well, I have like one introduction letter that I just start with everybody, with all the prisoners that I write to. And I mean, unless people need a card or something, they'll send me the address. But with me encouraging them, I'm able to help them. But yeah, so I really enjoy. But yeah, I have an introduction letter, and that introduction letter has like just, how are you doing? Like, I'm praying for you. This is what I do with my ministry. This is why I'm writing to you. Just basic stuff. And it has really encouraged a lot of people. And I use it for just like random people. And then when I meet or when I send an introduction letter to a prison I don't know or a prisoner I don't know, I end up encouraging that person just like, you know, one letter at a time, pretty much. So, I mean, I've connected with probably, I don't know, 1,000 or more prisoners. Thank goodness I have a P.O. box. but but yeah, I just like doing what I do and helping people.
How do you choose what to say in your letters to lift someone's spirits? I mean, especially if they're going through something difficult, like being in prison or like the guy that's on death row. How do you know what to say?
Well, I mean, sometimes my brain doesn't work, but other times it does. Thank goodness for Google. Google has helped me a lot in how to and like when I'm having writer's block. But
And we all love Google. Okay.
oh yeah, Google's great. Yeah, so I do that, and sometimes I'll just find cards with like sayings on them already, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. It's not. I don't make anything too complicated unless I mean I'm not counting all my letters that I got done because that would be really complicated. I've got 4 tubs. 3 are regular size, just regular Rubbermaid tubs, and then I have a smaller one because I haven't got a big one yet. And they're all completely filled with letters that I wrote, and most of them are about to be falling over because they're so full. um, yeah.
Well, you've seen firsthand how acts of kindness like your letters can improve mental health. Do you have any advice that you would give to others who want to help with mental health issues in their community? We all know mental
Yeah.
health right now is a problem and there's not a lot of support out there. So what advice
Yeah.
would you give to others who want to help but don't know where to start?
Definitely go for it. I mean, like I said, when I was struggling with anxiety issues, I prayed to God that God would give me a purpose in life with so I could help others. So this, as an encourager, he gave me that idea, and my grandma also gave me that idea to help people because she knew that I guess I'd be doing something big with my life. And yeah, so my goal is just helping people as much as I can. Um, yeah,
Well, you've been
it's
definitely
pretty
done that.
simple.
You've written thousands of letters so far. How has it grown? How has the Kindness Through Letters project?
Oh my. Well, they haven't done an interview yet, but the CBS News, it's like the national news or whatever, they got wind of me. And then I nominated myself, but because that happens all the time. But yeah, I got nominated for some kind of women like empowerment or something. I don't even know what it was. It was some kind of weird organization thing that I didn't even know what was. But apparently I got it for like emerging leadership in the workforce or something. I have no idea. But yeah, it's mainly encouraging people and helping them with their mental health, especially in this insanely crazy world we live in. I feel like the news needs more positivity and kindness stories than all this all this horrible stuff that we're getting on the news lately. We definitely need more encouraging stories and stuff because they're just gonna, I mean, honestly, the news is just gonna get worse by day, I think.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. We need all the good news we can get.
Oh yes.
All right, so I have to ask because I know, like I said, nobody writes letters anymore. It's kind of like it's like a lost art. Why do you
Yeah.
think writing your letters by hand instead of just sending a card or typing them? Why do you think that has such a powerful effect on
Because most of them know that it's from an actual person. I mean, I still send cards and type out stuff, but one, it depends how lazy I am. And two, because sometimes this girl just don't have the energy to do that. And so if I don't have the energy to do that, I usually just find a random card that I need. And then I just randomly send it to people. But it's pretty great. I mean, being it's kind of funny because like I said before, every time I go to a store, sometimes my local stores, they know me. Or when I go to the town over by me or next to me, they know who I am, which is kind of funny. And it was kind of embarrassing at first that everybody knew who I was. But I mean, my hometown is where I live now. It's so tiny that most of these people that are here are related to me. Or they went to high school with me. So I mean, obviously people know me, but I also get hugged in Walmart a lot by people I don't know because they know me, apparently. Um, yeah. So it's pretty great. I mean, that's something I could ramble on for like 2 hours on, but I'm not gonna do that. But I could. But no, I've been on about every news station locally that, well, in my town or whatever, except for one because they don't. I've been messaging them like 10 times and they still haven't got it. So that's the frustrating part of it, but everything else is great. Yeah. So I mean, I it's so funny. My mom's hilarious. She don't realize that even though I'm a girl, if I find something like a card that's really cool, I will end up buying it. And people donate stuff to me all the time for my ministry. And when they do that, I end up getting, like, my room is only so big. So right now I got about 7 or 8 boxes filled with stuff in my bedroom that I haven't went through yet. So, I mean, everything's great. I I absolutely love what I'm doing. It's just so fun. And I mean, every letter that I write, and I'm not scared. Like, I'll just write to anybody. I don't care. I usually don't care what the charges are for like people in prison or something because I got a lot of friends in there from like high school and stuff that I know. So that's how I started. I started writing people that were in jail and prison that I knew. And then I was like, well, that was pretty simple. So now I'm just going to play a game where I pick random prisoners and I just write to them. And at first I was using my home address, and mom and dad decided that was a really bad idea because I didn't have a P.O. box at the time. But I got one, and I'm glad because I can pretty much write my whole I can write my whole address now by memory, thank goodness. But yeah, so I did that. I have never met that's my goal this year is to either meet as many prisoners as I can that I've written to, especially the ones that are like out of jail and stuff, or to have my story hopefully reach like New York, which I think it has. They were supposed to fly me out, but my parents don't like that idea because I've never traveled anywhere except for like when I was younger. But yeah, so that's my goal. My goal is to reach as many as I can, no matter the distance, really. I mean, that's my goal. I don't really have any goals but that. So,
Well, you've overcome some personal challenges of your own to
oh
create
yes.
something meaningful
Oh yes.
and really meaningful for others. So what message do you have for other women with disabilities who might want to make an impact, but they kind of feel limited by their circumstances?
Definitely don't let your disability stop you. Reach out to as many people as you can, whether it's exactly what I'm doing or totally different. That's a good thing to know because I know most of these people are like scared to do it, but the more you do it, the less scared it is, the less scary it tends to be. Coming from somebody who's got social anxiety, which nobody can tell unless I'm in a store. But yeah, definitely don't yeah, don't like don't worry about it being scary. Just do it. That's the best way of doing it. Just just do what you need to do. It's way easier.
Has there been a particular person? I know you talk a lot about your mom and dad. Has there been a particular person or a group maybe in your life that supported you or inspired you to get this project going?
Yes. So back in 2015, my grandma had a rare brain disease that was like really rare, like extremely. And she knew that I was like really kind and all that. And so, I mean, that was way before I started my ministry. But she inspired me to still do something good. And it's a good thing I basically, before she died, she told me to be good, to always be good, pretty much. So I really took that into thought, and kind of, I mean, because of my grandma's kindness to everyone, I wanted to do my ministry. So basically, sort of got the thought from her to do that and to start that, I guess, in her memory in some way. But I guess I dedicate it to her in a way. But but yeah, she definitely inspired me.
Well, yay, grandma. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there that are grateful.
Oh yeah.
So what are your hopes for the future of your ministry?
Definitely to reach more people. Well, for right now, it's reaching as many people as I can without driving my parents insane. um, and some of these people that I've written to I've actually either been to church with them at their church, or they have been to my church. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so I hope to, like, again, reach as many people as I can. I really hope that I can be in, like, more newspapers, because most of these people don't, some of them don't get on Facebook. And so I feel like being in an old timey newspaper like they still have down here would be, like, the best way. And I hope I go to New York. My little brother says he doesn't want me going to New York because New York is horrible, like, traffic wise. But that would still be a really cool thing. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really have any specific plans for my ministry, just to keep doing it.
So no new ideas on how to band?
No.
Keep talking.
Yeah, just do what I want to do. I don't know. It's confusing because, like, nobody is really, I mean, they ask me that sometimes, and I'm always like, well, just to reach as many people as I can. That's, like, the best place to do it. But yeah, that's my goal for the week. My goal is just to do what I do best. That's what I always tell people. I'm like, I'll just do what I do best in this world.
Well, Allison, you have definitely been an inspiration to so many out there already, and that's why I wanted you to be part of our Women Who Inspire series. And ladies, if you're listening, if you know of someone that could use some encouragement, please reach out to Allison. I'm going to put some information in the description so you know how to reach her. I'll put her Facebook profile in the description so you can reach out to her. If you'd like to help her, I'm sure she would love anything you could do to support her ministry.
Yeah.
But she has definitely been an inspiration to so many who are struggling right now. And so let's see what we can do to support her, huh?
Oh yes.
And I'm so grateful that you got on here and talked to us. I know it's a little bit of a struggle sometimes, so I'm grateful you took some time to talk to us. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh yes, I'm glad to be here.
Have a great day. This is the Rebel Tribe. So do what you guys do best. Get the word out for Allison. Share this video, like this video, comment on this video, help us grow the channel so she can reach more people and inspire them. Thanks, guys. I love you.